This is not what you want to happen to your new Ducati. This is not what you want to happen to your new Ducati. These are supposed to be straight. They're not straight. You don't want to crash your new Ducati. So I had a lot of plans for this bike. A ton of grand plans. Not gonna be the next big moto vlogger or anything, but it's been a while since I've had a bike. Had bikes before. I wanted a bike. I wanted a nice bike. I wanted a special bike. And originally the whole plan was, I live outside of Seattle, Washington. Ride around. It's a very pretty area. Not enough people know how nice it is here in Washington. I just wanted to ride around. Easy stuff. Easy roads, back roads, things like that. Go up to the mountains. Just find some cool places to be. And this was gonna be my steed. My trusty steed. I went to the store. I know plenty about what the Ducati lineup is doing right now. Guys, of course, tried to talk me into a V4. I'm aware of who I am and how I ride and what my skills are. Great guys, don't get me wrong. It's their job. They want to sell you the motorcycle that's, you know, $25,000. A gorgeous V4S Corse that, beautiful, but 200 plus horsepower. Not gonna need it. Not gonna need it. This was fine enough for me. Last bike I had was a GSXR 600. GSXR 600.
GSXR 600.
And that did not even have 150 horsepower. So I knew I was gonna get this, I was gonna take it easy and just ride around, do photography. That's what I do, that's what I enjoy. Things have kind of changed. So now what I think I'm gonna be doing with the next series of these videos is figuring out how much damage is done to this. Figuring out how much it's going to cost to fix it. I think it's worth being fixed. It looks like maybe the forks are out of alignment. They shouldn't be bent. Pretty low speed crash. But right now the steering is not, it's not straight. Not even close. Bars are off to the right, wheels are off to the left. It's just, it's not a good thing. Clearly not safe to ride. Still think it's salvageable. There shouldn't be anything wrong with the frame. Shouldn't be anything wrong with any subcomponents. There might be a broken arm in the front fairing stay. I don't know. That's what the point of these next videos are gonna be. I'm going to see if I can take it apart and see what the damage is and see about putting it back together while I decide what I want this bike to be now. If anybody's ever been in any kind of motorcycle accident, there's two types of people. There's the person who is just now thinking afterwards, when's the next time I can get on a bike? How long is it gonna take me to heal? How long is it gonna take me to fix my bike? And then there's the other person. And that person's a little bit more worried about, do I have the confidence to ride anymore? I'm somewhere in the middle right there. And, I've got some history, you know, some friends and things like that, that makes me closer to the, do I have the confidence to get on it again situation? And we'll see. But that's where we stand right now. So, I don't know. Take a look at the damage. Ugh, here we go. All right, let's take a look at all this damage. There's some right there. Now the thing that stinks is I went down on the right side. Am I looking at right side, left side, right, left? I don't know my left's right. Yeah, right side. But because of the way I went across and kind of ended on the curb, it's like the pressure obviously just kind of transferred over to the left side of the bike too, because of the fairings and the connections and the fasteners in there. and popped off the entire upper portion and the, god damn dude, that sucks, and the fasteners on the side fairing. So whereas I should have only had to replace the left side fairing, or the right side fairing rather, I've now got to replace the right side, the left side, and you can only kind of see it. Some of the fasteners and things in here it actually snapped underneath, so now I even have to replace the right side fairing too, which sucks because absolutely no damage. Sucks. So let's go take a look at the left side. Right side. Damn, why? Oh, jeez. Head injury from the accident, I guess. I don't know. Probably not, but. So try to compensate here because it's a little darker. There we go. So now we're looking at the damage on the right side. It's pretty slow kind of drop. Not too big of a deal. I told you about that already, so you know what you're looking at, or why you're looking at it rather, because I'm an idiot. But this is kind of what we're looking at, the situation. Oh no, a mirror, that's not too bad. The actual damage on the cover isn't that bad. It only scraped just a little bit. Of course, obligatory broken brake lever. Or rear brake. Why is my brain? So, yeah. The horizontal part of the pipe of the exhaust to the header, dented, of course, because that sticks out because it's all pretty and they want you to see it. So you always have to ruin pretty things. Scraped up along the belly pan too, all the way across onto the exhaust can and there, but just scrapes, not a whole lot of denting. Rear swing arm, fine. There's like a minor scratch on the back. There's not even a chip, just a powder coat chipped off. Again, it's like the rear brake took all of the brunt. Thank you, rear brake. Thank you. A little bit of a road rash on it, just a scuff. Focus in, please focus. There you go. So, not too bad. And my ugly fender cantaloupe. Who cares? I'm getting rid of that anyway. So, the forks. I don't know, man. Even see the. Ooh, yeah, they might be out of alignment because I'm looking at it right here, and I look like I'm straight along the side of it, and I can see the left side fork ahead. So hopefully it's just a twist, or there's something wrong with the upper or lower and the triple knees adjustment. But the only thing that came out of it is a scuff on the focus in bottom side of the fork, and you can kind of see how the disc actually dragged along the side during the epic crash. But again, not even a mark on the wheels. Just everything happened in the worst possible scenario. And this is a situation that we're looking at now with the alignment issue, and I'm hoping it's just that front fairing stay is screwed up or broken, because let's try to get this. Now the reservoir rubs the fairing every time you turn the wheel. Sweet. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at right now. All things considered, not too bad. You can kind of see how the Öhlins damper it's even off. And like when I took the brunt of the impact on this bar, it just compressed it and torqued it to the side, so it's not even in alignment with the triple or anything anymore. So I don't know, not even a scratch on the tank. It's just so stupid. So that's what we're looking at here. Yep. Alright. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try to give you an idea of what it's looking like, what I'm seeing from the perspective of riding. If anybody has any tips, any hints, if they see anything that like, oh, hey dude, this is screwed up, please let me know. Worked on cars, bikes, I am by no means super familiar with outside of knowing the actual parts. Alright. That reservoir hitting, see how the damper's a little out of alignment. I don't know. Handlebars are a bit bent. That's what we're looking at. I'm gonna do this before I drop my camera and ruin something else expensive. So there it is. The damage. The horrible, horrible damage. It's not that bad. It's the first thing you think when you get up something like that. It's like, the bike's totaled. I can't ride anymore. What am I gonna do? It could really be a lot worse. And, you know, things happen. Stupid things happen. Not to me, though. Things don't happen. I'm smart. No, I'm really not. Stupid things happen to me all the time. But the bottom line is, you know, okay, nothing happened. It was super minor, super dumb. And the bike, for all intents and purposes, looks okay. Like I said, it's not safe to ride right now because the alignment's a little off. I did hit on that front right side, so the brake disc, it looks like it could be bent a little bit. It's scraped up. Every once in a while in a rotation you hear that little where it grinds on the pad. But I don't know. We'll see. It could be okay. It could be fine. So from here on out, it's really just kind of, you know, assessing that damage, figuring out what it is that I want this bike to be to me now. Past couple days talking with my wife has just been a lot of that, you know, rehashing of things, you know, what I could have done, what I shouldn't have done, situations, a lot of guilt, survivor's guilt, I guess, I don't know, but sleepless nights because of stupid things like that. When it just things happen, they happen. It happened to me, no big deal. But at the same time, I'm really gonna try to be setting out to decide what I want this bike to be for me now, whether or not I want to have it just be kind of race oriented, not race, like I'm not gonna try to burn up any lap records or anything like that, but just get to track days, you know, have a good time, areas where there's wide sweeping turns, you know, get your knee down, have a good time, don't have to worry about gravel too much. I mean, sometimes somebody goes off, comes back on gravel, but that's neither here nor there. You're not dealing with car traffic or anything like that. It's just a different environment. Because there's still a little bit of the side of me now. Again, not that this had anything to do with, you know, what happened to my friends or anything else like that. It's just because it happened on the road. And like I said, I have this history of things happening to friends on bikes, albeit their faults, you know, doing things they shouldn't have done. It's still, everybody knows, you get it, messes with your head. You start thinking about, well, what about me? What if I just one time decide to do something stupid? And that one time is the only time you need. So there's a lot of stuff there, just, you know, trying to figure that out. Probably eventually put it back on the road. I don't think I could just have it sit there and then once a month maybe go out to a track. That's just, it wouldn't get any use. Plus it's so stinking pretty. It's already collecting dust from sitting because it can't ride. But I don't know, we'll see what that damage is, try to assess what it's gonna be, how much it's gonna take. I mean, even that will have a lot to do with what I decide for this bike to be. Again, I mean, if the damage is significant enough that it might be components that would make it probably a little bit less safe, a little less reliable on the road, then it's probably just gonna become, you know, track oriented. But at the same time, it was super easy down. And if anything significant or structural came from it, it's just, I've got the worst luck in the world. I'm not gonna get into too much about theory on what could be wrong with it because I'm paranoid about things and I've got all sorts of theories there. Plus, that's what you know the next stuff's gonna be. Is gonna taking that off and actually seeing and investigating what the total's gonna be, what the tally's gonna be. I still love her. She's so pretty. Bye.